Welcome back to round 2 of 64 bourbons under $100. We are still in the $25 to $50 category.
Yes, and this is known to us as Bourbon A.
Very familiar.
I guess it's more oak, a little bit tobacco actually.
I get some berries, some grapiness, a little bit of that oak and tobacco that you were talking about.
All right.
Oh, I very much enjoy that.
Oh, a lot more fruit, sort of cherry.
Cherry
than
berry.
I was expecting.
It's got a nice balance of the sweetness and the oak, a little bit of savory, a little bit of pepper.
Yes.
I'm really feeling it all together. I really like A.
Pretty good mouthfeel. I want to give it a second sip here as you're doing a second sip, Sarah, but it's got a pretty good oiliness to it and perception of age. A little bit of tobacco that we're getting on the nose, I feel like is here on the palate too.
Proof is, I don't know, I would say somewhere around the $100 range, which makes sense for this price category, but I gotta say, I feel like this is a great value for this price category. I don't know how much it is.
Wow, good for us. And then there's Bourbon B.
Oh, a little bit of like a frosting, cakey, powdered sugar nose.
More dessert on this, yeah.
Light, airy, sweet, you know, all those things.
Caramel dessert. I like. Here we go. Oh no.
Oh no?
Oh no.
Oh no, good?
They're
Oh no, bad?
Both good.
They are both good.
Yeah.
Tricky. This one's tough.
Just means we're gonna have to put more effort into this episode, which I kind of like skating by, but whatever.
Means I'll have to drink more, that's fine.
I'll say not as much of a presence as A, but what it has here in the glass is really good. It's a little bit more subdued comparative to A, but I feel like if I was just drinking this by itself, you know, I'm gonna be very happy. A little nuttiness. Way up here. I don't know why. Did a little Charlie Day on that one. Cat in the wall, eh? Yeah, a little dry nuttiness.
I do see that. I also think that like all that sweetness from the nose isn't exactly coming through to the palate. There's a little bit of it up front, but it does go more savory towards the back half. I get a more spice, a little bit more of a hug on this one. But man, I just love that mouthfeel and the well-roundedness of A. So now I got to go back and forth.
This one's got a little honey on it as well. Let's just pick a nose winner real quick.
I think I got to give it to
Probably
A.
A, yeah.
Okay, it's close, but I think I got to give it to A.
Not as spectacular after coming off of B.
No.
They're more, yeah.
I do feel like the finish on A doesn't have quite as much bite as it did on B. I like the flavors in both of them, but I think I might enjoy the finish more on A. So A's got points for me on the nose, and I think also on the finish.
Definitely for the nose for me. The finish, inconclusive. Oh shoot, this is tough. B has a little bit more tannins, again, towards the finish, and it's a little bit spicier, a little hotter,
a tiny bit hotter, a tiny bit harsher, and this is like, I'm being super critical of it.
Because you have to be.
Because I have to be.
But I still like the finish of B.
Palate, mouthfeel, I gotta go A.
It's not as clear cut for me, so I'm back on A again.
And we wait.
The more I have these back to back, just the more similar they are, which sucks.
No pressure to come over to my side though. If you want to pick B, we can diverge. We'll just have to have another tiebreaker.
Yeah. This is one of those where I wish I could advance both. It's so close.
They're both solid.
I feel like A has a little bit more complexity to it, a little bit more personality.
A has it by a nose?
By a whisker.
But not by the nose, just by a nose.
Just by a nose.
Well, what is it?
All right, well, A is Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series, and it beat out Knob Creek Small Batch.
Whoa. Whoa!
Which makes sense, the nuttiness.
This is why we do the bracket.
Oh my God.
This is wild.
Two
Both
100
very
proofers,
good.
Two 100 proofers, a 9-year versus a 6-year though.
Oh.
Both rye bourbon mash bills. This is not the wheated, so actually it's not the same proof. It's like 96, I think. And while the Knob Creek is 100. So the lower proof, lower age one gets it by a nose this time.
Like you said, I think these are both very good quality. I would have advanced both of them could we have done that. A great matchup. I thought that the Bardstown Bourbon Company drank a little bit more refined.
This should have been a final matchup. This should have been like Final Four. It can't work that way.
Very climactic.
Yeah, this was, for round 2, this is just, it's not fair.
He's befuddled. He doesn't know what to do.
But I'm happy for
great.
Bardstown. I'm happy for Bardstown Bourbon Company. I think that's great.
A little harder to find for some. That one's still rolling
Yeah.
out across the U.S., but that one should be available to everyone here in the coming times. I don't know, the coming year.
Times.
Keep a lookout for that one. I think it's a really great value for the price point. It's in the mid-40s.
Something else to keep an eye out for is our home on the internet. It's whiskyambitions.com. It's where you can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing, the hat, the Glencairns we're drinking from, our water glasses. We have rocks glasses and pepitas, crystal cut Glencairns back in stock. Coins and bottle cut candles, and I'm just gonna name everything now. So much more, always coming soon at whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join our community for as little as $1 a month. And that is where, depending on your tier, you can get discounts on some of that merch that Chad was talking about, exclusive barrel pick access, after the episode exclusives, and more.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to round 2 of 64 bourbons under $100. We're on the $25 to $50 bracket here.
Where are we?
And this is A. We know
That's
that.
my part.
Well, what is this?
They
Sarah?
know the drill. It's A.
Yep.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la, fruity and
Oh, see, to me, this
and-
smells like chocolate chip pecan pie. It's got a chocolatey note. It's got a little bit of that earthy pecan nuttiness. That's usually Chad's line.
No, don't take my line.
A little bit of that dark corn syrup sweetness.
Little bit of tobacco. Yeah, this is a good nose.
It's nice. It's
I
nice.
like this nose. Oh, that's syrup.
I stand by.
Sugary sweet, but not, overly sweet. But, whoa, yes, pecan pie filling.
I stand by what I
100%.
said before. I know that I did not say that about whatever this was in round 1.
No.
But now,
I don't
this
remember
is
that.
how I feel about it. But it's like a chocolate chip pecan pie,
Yes.
but the crust is a little bit burnt.
And they used that sweet syrup in the filling. Wow,
Yep.
yeah, it's full
like
stop.
almost molassesy, but it's
Yeah.
that like dark corn
Full
syrup.
stop, nothing else to say.
A little bit coating. The finish does end. It's a little bit dry. It's a lot of char on the finish, but I kind of like it, and I like that we're getting this much flavor, this much of a punch with something under $50. What about you, B? What do you got to say?
What type of pie will you be?
More of a fruit pie.
Not a pie.
It's not a pie.
It's not a pie. The point's off for it not being a pie.
Chad doesn't like it because it doesn't remind him of a pie.
Yeah, this one's more fruity, slightly floral,
A little more subdued, yeah. I would say delicate floral fruit.
more citrus in this one. Let's see what it tastes like.
Very much with the floral fruit.
Oh, that's just
A
wildly
little
different.
bit perfume. Very different ends.
Yeah,
I can tell that the quality is good. It's there. But
they should not be put back to back.
they should not. This is, like, I guess it's a good matchup. I don't know. I don't think that these two things go together. This would be a good matchup to determine what your flavor profile is. Do you like fruity and floral, or do you like desserty and sweet and like oaky char? Because that's gonna help you choose things in the
Well.
future. B, it does have those layers, though, that fruity, floral, a little bit of oak, a little bit of vanilla,
Little cinnamon stick.
tiny bit of spice.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
Lingers for a second.
I like it. The more you get A off the palate and you're just concentrating on B, yeah, it's enjoyable. I like it. I see why this one
Has advanced, yeah. But let's revisit A again. I mean, the nose. What's not to love about that chocolate chip pecan pie? Like,
Yeah, winner on the nose is A.
it's just a little bit richer. It has a little bit more to say.
Yeah.
It does bring more of, I think, like a harsh heat towards the finish. Maybe it's higher proof. I don't know. It's a little hotter, but I think this one's gonna be easier than the last one.
It is. It's gonna be Bourbon A, so let's not even draw it out.
Let's not. We have chosen to advance Old Grandad 114.
Okay.
Which the nutty pecan pie thing makes
Yes.
a lot of sense now, and the proof. Against New Riff, which I do think is
Okay.
still very good.
Yes.
It's just going to be really tough to beat Old Grandad 114 with us.
New Riff, that's the small batch. We're in that.
That is the small batch,
that
yes.
category. OGD 114.
No surprises there.
A bourbon that we had to come around to when we were still, coming up.
I wasn't ready. My palate
We
wasn't
weren't ready
for
for
it
it when we first
in
had it.
2017.
But that's why we always say never write off a whiskey.
Revisit it later.
Always revisit it, especially if it's blind, that's the best way to do it. But we revisited it and then we're like, okay, I see what everyone was talking about. Now we love OGD 114.
Yeah.
We can put it in some cocktails. It's a great whiskey.
A great pour and a good
Yeah.
value.
Oh, great value.
So.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Moving on to the next category.
on the next category, that's right. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, see you in the next category, right?
Yeah.
Until then, drink more bourbon.